listen. Oh. Is this working? I don't know. Okay, listen. I've had to sit outside and it's chilly, so it's 7 degrees outside and I'm sitting outside. Isn't that a whole thing? Like, why am I sitting outside? No seats inside. I even thought like, oh, I'll make it. There was just too much traffic. It took me 45 minutes to get here. Why is it taking me 45 minutes to get here? Couldn't tell you. So now I'm about to sit outside for like almost an hour. Or at least like 45 minutes. But don't worry, because I got things to say, always got things to say, do you know what I mean? Constantly. And this time I got notes to keep my head concise, because she wasn't concise earlier, and I didn't realise that I ended up writing for so long. I don't know how much I'm going to follow along with these, but I'm following along. So, yeah. And it's going to look like I'm talking to myself, but I put my earphone in so it doesn't look so bait. But you know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about Singles Flipping Inferno season 4. Now listen, I have thoughts. I'm going to get straight to the point, no dilly-dallying. A little bit of dilly-dallying. I want to tell you that I watched season 1 only halfway through. I got bored, I stopped. Apparently season 2 is the season where it's at. I didn't watch it. But when my friends from work, she was like, sis, why are you not watching it? And I was like, you know what? You're so right. I'll watch it. And look, I'm already too invested, so let's get to it. First of all, how the hell are we only halfway through? So much has happened and yet nothing has happened at the same time. I don't know. But I do have to say that with Singles Inferno, you have to get through like the first few episodes, because if you don't, like, it's just boring and you will just DNF it. But trust me, it's getting spicy now, but I don't like that they release like 2 episodes at a time. It's really not it. But like halfway in is like where the drama begins. And what I have learned watching this show is don't judge a book by its cover, because I swear to God, the way that I hated Teo when he was first introduced, I was like, ugh. But he's kind of grown on me now, and he's like, turns out he's a total simp, but you know what, kind of love that. And you know what, he deserves better, because now let me get to my girl Xian here, okay? Xian. What sis is confused, like fully. But you know, one of the hosts, her name is Hong Ji Kung. I had to check what her name was, because I honestly have no idea what any of their names are. But basically, the comparison that commentator made, like the little analogy she made, it was so flippin' hilarious. I was like, what? But honestly, it was actually a good analogy, because the way she's like imagine Cha Unu comes up to you and says, oh, they like you, and then Park Bo-gum comes up and says that he likes you, and then Byung Woo Sok, I don't know how I'm saying all these names, come and say they like you. The way I laughed, I almost fell out my seat. But then I was like, you know what, she's right, because you know, fine, you know what I'm saying, but these guys, they ain't them 3. Like, if Cha Wonu walks in, then come talk to me. Before that, don't come talk to me, because I just don't understand, because then I will concede. But prior to that, I'm not conceding. I'm like, hun, this is Teo, Jung Soo, and Junso. Where is the comparison? There isn't one. That is what I'm trying to say. There isn't one. So I don't get it. But I think the girlies just wrapped up in like the whole like being in the moment and all of that, and they've all inflated her ego, because she's literally gone to paradise every single day, or like every time that you've been allowed to go. So like they've gone every time. So I'm just like every day, every time they've gone, so they've just gassed her up. So she's probably overwhelmed. But you know what, don't get me started on these guys, because I mean, come on. First of all, Teo, like I said, I thought that he was a complete airhead in the intro, but now all of a sudden, like, I actually kind of like him, and he's like quite smooth. But before, he wasn't that smooth. But Xian's moving mad, let me tell you, because not Xian's moving mad, he was moving mad with Xian, like the way he was like doing stuff so smoothly, like grabbing her hand and all of that. But you know what, once Xian had a place in his heart, that's it, he was locked in, he was not going anywhere else, and like he's kind of like stuck in that spot now. And so when he's with these other guys, he's like, he acts all like depressed e-boy like status, do you know what I mean? But I do gotta say that that flower ring moment, that was cool, that was cool. And then there's Jung-soo, the taller one. This man, honestly, he's a walking red flag. I'm sorry, like, could you get any more vague? Like, the way he talks, like, he just yaps and yaps, but you know what? His words don't mean a single damn thing. Like, honestly, like, what is he even talking about half the time? And, like, he's like, he like, in the little outro bits, he's like, oh, did I mislead her? Yes, hun. Yes, brother. Yes, you did. Okay? That's all you've been doing, like, this whole time, is you've literally just been misleading them this whole time. Like, tell me one time when you haven't said something that's not misleading. That's what I'd like to know. That's honestly what I'd like to know. But you know what? He's trying to keep his options open because he can see that so many people are into Xian. And like, I agree with the commentators that in normal life, people would be like, oh, there's too many people here, I'm just going to cut my losses. Like, how can she be liking all of them? But clearly she does, because I don't get it. But anyway, he's too cowardly to jump all in like Teo. That's what I'm getting from this. And then there's Junso. I didn't mind him at first, but now his interactions, like his like nonchalant stuff, like it's just annoying now. His familiarness is like borderline rude. Like, I don't even understand the whole like Korean, like the way that you have to speak like formally and informally, but he's just like, he's like crazy. And but one thing I did love is when Xian was like, don't say yeah to me, like call me Xian. And then like she was like putting him in his place, and I was like, yep, do that. But then like, what the hell is his like obsession with Xian? Like, where the hell is it all come from? Because I swear to God, he basically airs the other girls that he went to paradise with, and that's like kind of thingy. But to me, the ick solidified in episode 7 when he goes to paradise with Xian. Because firstly, tell me why. Firstly, tell me why. Oh dear, sorry, I stuck my gum to the bottom of this cup and now I'm regretting it. Firstly, tell me why these two, like Junso and Xian, are white girl wasted, like fully. They're white girl wasted. They clearly don't. I don't really know.
I don't have to leave till 5 minutes. I think the issue that I have is because there's not a massive break in between.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with them, like honestly. Like clearly they don't have the Love Island rule because they've been drinking so much. But you know what I want to know? The drinks are flowing. And I needed to get this straight in my head. The food is trash apparently in Paradise, right? They have to go on a trek to get water, but soju is readily available. It's just everywhere. Make that make sense. I'll give you a second, because it doesn't. It literally does not make any sense at all. Like, why is there alcohol so available? Just like, so we need to sort our priorities out here, but clearly the priorities are not sorted out. I don't know. And then they've made this like self-made Oktoberfest, I don't know. And then Sis Xian, she's getting emotional, and it's probably because she's drunk and all of that. But for a second, I thought Junso was like doing well, you know what I'm saying? But then like he'd redeem himself because he's like, it's okay, you don't have to tell me that you like me. Like, if you like someone else, it's fine. But tell me why later on, back in the room, he's like, oh, I'll sleep on the sofa, and then she's like, oh no, it's okay, sleep on the bed. And like he did not hesitate to jump on that bed, let me tell you. But then I was shocked because this is like not what they do, but I was like, okay, fairs, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. The bed is quite big, fair enough. But then it just escalated. He touched her arm, it was like he was testing the waters. And then I was like, okay, maybe that's his communication style, even though he didn't communicate that way with the other two girls he went to paradise with. I'll come back to Min Sol and Yujin at one point, but these poor girls, they honestly did not have a chance. But then he leaned into Xian, and I was like, what the hell is going on, right? Because he leaned over her. I was like, sir, watch yourself, okay? because Xian is obviously drunk and she's like, she doesn't even react, like she doesn't even do anything. But as a viewer, I gasped audibly, like it was a big old gasp, and like his touchy feeliness escalated, and I was just shocked. I was like, what the hell? He's like hugging her, they're in bed, they're under the cover. Oh, it was just a lot. I was just shocked. And then you know what? He's saying to her like, oh, you don't have to like me. I'm just going to do what I want. What do you mean you're going to do what you want? No, you're not. No, you're not. And then he says that thing about sleeping, and he's like, oh, are you going to, we shouldn't have wasted time sleeping. Like, I feel, or whatever he says, right? And I'm like, no, sir, sleep is very vital. Sis is already confused. His forwardness probably only sent her in more of a loop, because now she's just like, what the hell's going on? And then, now he gets to go on another date with her as well, because the way he won in that wrestling, like, oh my god. Speaking of Taewon, right, the fact that he's supposed to be clumsy, but then all of a sudden he like beat Taeo in wrestling, and I was like, what the hell? And he's like a master ice skater, what? And then also he's a DJ, with a nightclub in Itaewon. I was so confused. I was shook. And then also he's 31, kid looks 22. Let me tell you, this man is a dark horse, complete mystery. I guess, okay. I was completely shocked, like I was so confused the whole time. I was like, what the hell is going on? Not a clue what was going on. And then there was him and Jiyeon, and I was like, oh, okay, him and Jiyeon are good. But then is Jiyeon actually testing him? Because I'm so confused. It's like, what is she on? Because she's saying to him like, oh, like, maybe you should go to paradise with someone else, like just to see. And he's like, what? But I think like he's shown evidence that he only really likes her. Like he doesn't like anyone else, so why would he be going to paradise with anyone else? I don't really know what's going on. Either she actually doesn't like him that much and it's just that he was the only option, so that's why she's going with it on the show. But other than that, I don't really know like what the hell is going on. And then there's Dongko and Arin, and to be honest, I wasn't sure about them for a really long time, but I think they've been humanized by the fact that we know that they like live near each other and they work near each other, and they might have like crossed each other's paths and stuff. And I think that's kind of cute, and it's a bit realistic, and it's the most realistic relationship of like all the relationships that I've been seeing so far. But now moving on, to be honest, most of them are irrelevant to me, because I feel like I forget about all of them. I don't even know like half of them like existed, and I'm just reminded every now and again. I do want to talk about Yujin, because she was kind of scary. Like when she was doing that super creepy, the swing, the hair, I don't know. I personally thought it was creepy. Other people might not think it was creepy. But you know what I didn't like? Minsol, because Minsol was kind of I won't say it, but you know what the word I'm thinking. Minsol was being kind of crazy, yeah. Like she didn't need to like laugh, like say that and all of that. Like she could have just done what Jiyeon did, which was mind her own business and just walk past. But anyway, also Haylin, she's the new one. She's the little sassy queen. She's younger, so I get it. But it's a bit, to be honest, I can't lie, she's a bit crazy, because I'm just like, watch for your elders, alright? She's just calling people out in the kitchen. Like she was calling out Arin and Dongko when they were in the kitchen and all that. And I was just like, what the hell is going on? And then she had her convo with Jongsu, and again, he was confused and her. I'm glad that she kind of sassed him, but the way she was like, oh, I'm tired, and she's like, okay, then go to sleep. Then he was like, oh, no, like, I'm tired, but I just want to talk to you. Like, hun, boo-hoo. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, boo-hoo. They also need to watch the screen time of this show, because why are some people or some, like, pieces of drama getting more airtime than others? Like, I really don't understand, like, why that's happening. Also, what didn't escape my attention was how aggressive Jongsu was when he like put Xian's head on his shoulder. That was crazy. Anyway, those are my thoughts on in Singles Inferno right now, and I will maybe do another thoughts at the end of the season, but only if it's worth it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.